President Trump using his speech earlier today in Davos to get foreign investment back into the U.S. and insists that his America First vision does not mean America alone. Joining me now is the Fiscal Times Liz Peek. Liz, great to have you on the show. What did you think of the president's speech today, that America is open for business and America First does not mean America alone?
I thought it was absolutely terrific. I mean, he was basically selling not only his policies, but he was selling the United States to, let's face it, a room full of corporate titans who can well bring their money and their investments to the United States. He made a very strong case, and I totally applaud him for this, that this is the place to invest. And, Liz, this is an enormous message from this White House, and one that I think really Democrats attack at their peril. Democrats continue to sort of naysay the United States. They say we can't manufacture anymore, we can't compete. It's simply not true. And the policies of this White House are totally geared towards making America the strongest place in the world to put money. And I think it's working. I think we see it every day. I was totally in favor of what he had to say today.
You know, Liz, we made a mashup comparing what the president was saying today compared to President Obama's apology tour. Let's take a listen.
There have been times where America's shown arrogance and been dismissive, even derisive.
I believe in America. As President of the United States, I will always put America first, just like the leaders of other countries should put their country first also.
The United States is still working through some of our own darker periods in our history.
But America first does not mean America alone.
We've at times been disengaged, and at times we've sought to dictate our terms.
When the United States grows, so does the world. American prosperity has created countless jobs all around the globe, and the drive for excellence, creativity, and innovation in the U.S. has led to important discoveries that help people everywhere live more prosperous and far healthier lives.
Liz, did Obama's negative comments about the United States put it at a disadvantage?
You know, I think the real difference here is he never sold America. He never did put America first or put job creation first. I thought the best line in Trump's speech was something about how the best anti-poverty measure is a big fat paycheck, or whatever his words were. But look, what we all love about President Trump, and really came through in this Davos session, is that he's totally unapologetic about putting the country first, about demanding that our trading partners don't cheat on trade agreements, that he's unapologetic about our support of Israel. He's unapologetic about things like promoting oil and gas production in the United States, which, of course, horrifies the global elites because of climate change, but in fact is an incredibly important security and economic measure for the United States. I thought it was terrific.